Hey guys, it's day 9 of my 30-day Slique experiment. I'm almost a third of the way through and I'm still feeling great about it. So yesterday I came to you with a pretty emotional video about why we tend to gain the weight back after we lose it. I'm guilty of that. If you're not guilty of that yourself, you know someone who is. It's such a common thing to have happen after we lose weight. Why does it happen? So I talked about that yesterday. I talked about why I believe it happened to me, but I don't feel like I left you with really good tips. I told you a little bit about what I intend to do to keep it from happening to me this time, but I've got some more tips that I want to share with you today that I hope will be helpful to you on your journey. So my first tip is to lose weight slowly. Don't put a time limit on your weight loss. If you're trying to lose 20 pounds before your high school reunion, or 30 pounds before the summer, or if you want to lose 10 pounds before Christmas, then it may be easy for you to find your motivation and get on track and get going and lose the weight. But once you've met your goal, once the single event that you are trying to lose weight for is over, you're likely to go right back to where you were before. So don't put a time limit on your weight loss. This is all about lifestyle, and I know we've all heard that before. It's not a diet, it's lifestyle. But it really has to be about changing the way that you eat and the way that you manage stress and just the way that you do things in general to support sustainable weight maintenance. If you're just losing for a certain event, you're probably going to gain it all back. Don't put a time limit on your weight loss goals. My second tip is to meal plan. So I have a lot of great resources about meal planning on my Our Small Hours blog. I'll link those resources in the description below. I've got a free meal planner and tips on how to meal plan. Meal planning is vital to maintaining your weight because if you're busy at all, or if you occasionally get lazy, no shame in it, but what happens is you fail to plan ahead, you don't have an idea of what you're going to eat, and so you eat anything. And when you do it once, it's easier to do it the next time. So meal planning and planning for eating out are incredibly important. Also, meal planning is a great way to save money. That's why I started doing it. It has saved my grocery budget, but also knowing what you're going to have before it is time to have that meal helps you to stay on track. Focus on what I call an 80-20 diet. 80% of the food that you eat is whole, real, healthy food, whether you're vegan, whether you're paleo, whether you're like me and you're somewhere in the middle. 80% of what you eat is healthy, good for you food. 20% of what you eat is just for fun. And you can even make it a different ratio that suits your life. Maybe you're 95-5, maybe you're 90-10. I don't know. Whatever it is for you is what works for you, but don't make it less than 80-20. And the way that we do that is by keeping only good foods in the house, by eating really well at home. So when we go out, we don't worry about what we eat because I know 5 days out of the week, we're eating really great at home. And those 2 days that don't happen every single weekend are part of our 20%. And this leads me into tip 3, cut out the guilt. So a problem that I had when I was a dieter, and it's been some years ago, but the biggest problem I had was the guilt that I would feel when I allowed myself to have fun food or food that wasn't healthy for me. That guilt could topple everything that I had done in the previous week. It wouldn't matter to me if 5 days out of the week I ate great and then I went off the rails on the weekend. because I would spend Monday through Wednesday of the next week feeling sorry for myself, being mad at myself, and eating comfort foods to make me feel better because I had so much guilt about letting one morsel of unhealthy food pass my lips. That is a really easy way to gain all your weight back. Allow yourself cheat days. I don't care what you call them. They don't have to be called cheat days. I know people in the world of fitness sometimes make fun of cheat days, but they're important. Allow yourself, plan for the days when you're not gonna eat as healthy as you would normally eat. And then don't feel guilty about it. Let it go, because 1 or 2 days of not eating healthy does not have to destroy all the hard work you've done. You can get right back on track. And no, you're not gonna feel physically great if you've spent 2 days eating crappy food, but allow yourself to get back on track and don't beat yourself up about it. It's happened, it's over, it's done. There's nothing you can do now but start fresh and try again. And my last tip is, if you're an emotional eater, or you eat for comfort, or like me, you eat to diminish your feelings of stress, you must get that under control. And I talked about this in my last video because it's such an important one for me. I have managed to do all of these things to lose weight slowly, to meal plan, to focus on 80-20, to eradicate my guilt over my cheat days, but I still find that stress will lead me straight to the kitchen. Stress will lead me to make bad decisions when I am eating out. Stress will lead me to that convenience store candy bar every single time. You must learn to manage your stress. Now, learning to manage stress through means other than food is a whole separate video. And I've already shared with you some of the things that I do. I enjoy playing piano, I enjoy painting, I enjoy writing, getting outside. I've found this week that exercise helps me tremendously. I've had a fairly stressful week this week, but I've managed to stay on track. And exercise has been an important part of that because it allows me to release that nervous energy that I feel when I get stressed. And it's that same nervous energy that leads me to the refrigerator for, my hidden freezer chocolate. I know you have it too, especially if you have kids, except my kids know all my hiding places now, so it's not safe there either. But exercising allows me to release that tension, and I don't know about you, but I'm not someone who likes to eat after exercising. So not only have I gotten through the time it takes me to exercise, I get another hour and a half after that of just not really having much of an appetite. Usually by then it's time for another meal anyway. And so exercise works like a charm for me. But you must find things to do to manage your stress that do not involve eating. So a hot bath might be one, going out with friends might be one. I don't know, reading books, cross stitch, binge watching a favorite TV show, making a YouTube video and telling everybody about your problems. I don't know. Whatever it is for you, you've got to find that. So if you don't work on any of these other things that I've mentioned, but you're a stress eater, make the stress eating your priority thing to get rid of and to manage. Okay guys, that's all I've got for today. Still loving the Citrus Slim, still having more energy with it, still having a decreased appetite. I don't know if I've lost any weight or any inches so far this week because I'm only doing that once a week now. It was just maddening to watch the scale go up and down and up and down and up and down last week, and then to be on weigh-in day the exact same starting weight. So it's not worth it to step on the scale and see that. We'll see if I've lost weight next Tuesday. Okay, that's all I've got for today. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow.